It was a nice day and I was really excited to be on the way to the paint jam. I knew I was going to be meeting up with some other mural artists from across the country who I hadn't seen for ages. But when I arrived, well, I was excited to see my scissor lift, but there was a problem. It wasn't actually working. So it was going back and forth, but it wasn't going up and down. So I basically had to stand in the scissor lift on a ladder. Yes, that ladder. Not the best, not the safest. So I had to figure out how I was going to do this and how I would feel about being on a ladder in a scissor lift, which is just not the safest at all. But I made it work, and eventually they did get my scissor lift working. So I was super happy about that. But until then, I was doing this interesting standing and like balancing on the wall and the railing. But yeah, I got there, and then eventually no more ladder. As you see, it was outside, and yeah, it was all systems go from then. Now, as it was a paint jam, the piece I was doing was a play stroke experimental piece. You don't have to do a play piece, but when you are going to a paint jam, I see it as a chance just to try out a new technique, try something, quote, out of your regular style, or yeah, just play and do something that will allow you to enjoy the process and jam with your other fellow artists, catch up, have fun, eat food, listen to music, and just have a great time. So I did a piece from my sketchbook. Actually, it was from my Bible journal sketchbook, and it was from Psalms. Yes, it was from one of the Psalms, and it was great to do, and the atmosphere was amazing, and the food was amazing, and they looked after us really well. So there was a patty stand, I think I had mutton and rice, or curry goat and rice. It was delicious, and right now I'm like sheltered underneath the scaffolding before heading back onto my scissor lift to carry on. So we all had the same colours to work with, and we could do whatever design we wanted, but we needed to work within the Withington Walls colour palette. This is something that they implement with all of their like paint jams or murals or anything, and it just helps us have the freedom to do whatever we want as artists, but for everything to work together. And it's an incredible initiative. Withington Walls, definitely check it out. So yeah, I chose these colours, and I think I should have gone for a darker teal, but I was happy with how it turned out, and I just kept layering and layering and just enjoying the process. Then my friend who, she has never been in a scissor lift. She's starting out as a mural artist, and she wanted to know what it was like to actually be in the scissor lift. So I was like, okay, hop on in mine and I'll take you right to the top of the building. She found it very bouncy and very rocky. That is just how it is, but she was surprised because it's such a big machine. She thought there's no way it would swing around as much as it does. But it did. But she had a great time. She enjoyed being up there. And then it was on to finishing it. Overall, it was such a fantastic day. It was raining, of course. It is the north of England. But it was wonderful to catch up with everyone. And this was just day one of the paint jam. For day two, the other artists were coming in to do the alternate spaces, and then we could all come back and see how it all comes together. But you're about to see that in a minute. I also quite enjoyed how the sentiment on this can, fantastic, really did sum up the day. Paint jams are completely different than commission work. It's just like a big arty party. And honestly, this was no exception. I had an absolutely amazing time, and seriously, just look how incredible the finished wall is. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Well, I hope you have an incredible week ahead, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.